Can you guys hear me now? God fucking damn it, it's Windows again. Okay, are we good? Does it sound alright? I did read it, we're good. Anyway, hi stream! Welcome to another stream. I upgraded Windows, so that's why the sound's all fucked up. That's the way things go though. Thank you for catching that, chat. Today is Monday, October 19th of 2020. And we're here for another stream. Am I on 2004? I don't know because it forced me to upgrade. I didn't actually pick the upgrade. Let's see, system information. I am on... I see the build number. Where's the other one? Here, and this is what I'm seeing. I'm on build 19041. I don't know what that means. Do you guys know what so somebody tell me how to do the other form of this. It's in like control panel, right? Control panel. Is it this system? This one? Does it tell me the build number? No. God damn it. Anyway, I'll trust whatever it is. Command Winver. Okay. Winver. Oh, they changed the damn size of my terminal too. I am on version 2004. Okay. Well, let's make this bigger again. Oh, dang it. This is what happens when you upgrade everything. Everything changes for some fucking reason. I think we were on 24 before? No, we were bigger than that. 32 maybe? 28? Yeah, 38. That's what we were before. Anyway, we're back for another stream. Everything is, I mean, I thought, so, the dumb thing is I knew that my volume was going to be fucked up. So I did a test stream before, and it looked fine, but that was before I plugged in my headphones. So apparently plugging in my headphones can change my audio setup, which is great. Love when that happens, but ugh. Anyway, let me say hi to everyone because there's a lot of people here already. God damn, you guys showed up in full force today. We've got Beldathis, who is first and didn't even try, just happened to get first, I guess. We've also got Michaela, ISP Zombie Concha Anthony. Yeah, we're gonna pray to the internet gods today and hope that we don't drop so many frames because I don't know. It's gonna be cooler today. My hypothesis, so I know it's dumb, but my hypothesis is that the internet quality is relative to the temperature. Also, it reset me to Celsius. Amazing. But it's only supposed to be a high of like 70-ish today, or 22-ish today in San Mateo. So hopefully this means that the internet will stay stable if my hypothesis is correct. But the internet people are coming tomorrow, so they'll debug it yet again and hopefully figure out things that are not problematic or whatever, but we'll see what happens there. But hey, how's it going? El Papa Pig and Alex Fazos and Oscar Allen and Fixer Jake and Yoda Droid and Shaz Robot and Rainbows, who says, when does it start? So usually I start at noon, although I will start the stream about 5 minutes early just so people get a notification and can show up before I can actually get started, We've also got Drunk Time Lord. We've got Jaholo. We've got Halt and Catch. Hello, hello. Good to see you all again. Does not eat booty. Hello, hello. Oh, and Solace has resubscribed at tier 2. Look at that simp. Thank you for resubscribing, Solace. Really appreciate that. And then everyone noticed that I was muted. How's it going, DomDF Coding? we fixed the volume. We're good. Hey, what's up, Code B9? Hello, hello. And Massey, how's it going? Good to see you again. And yes, I have updated to Windows. Michaela says, I see you're already missing some buttons. Oh. Whatever, we'll leave it. I forgot to button my shirt up. Sol says, did he buy WinRAR? I have not bought WinRAR. I don't even think I have WinRAR installed on this machine. WinRAR. Yeah, I don't have WinRAR installed. I literally have not needed to RAR anything on this computer somehow. So that's, I guess, lucky of me. Catherine says, I just got a notification for your stream going live. Haven't gotten one of those in months. Yeah, Twitch is Twitch has been really inconsistent about sending emails recently. I don't really know what that's about, but I'm glad you got the notification. Welcome back, Catherine. Good to see you. We were bigger than that. Hey, what's up, the other server? Hello, hello. How's your internet doing? So I did a stream test this morning. I didn't drop any frames during my stream test. So, in theory, things will go well. We'll see what happens. Doesn't anybody says Hacker Rank or Code Wars? We're gonna be trying to work on pre-commit.ci. I'm very, very close to getting alpha ready today, so we're gonna be trying to work on that today. I've done some Hacker Rank at some point just because somebody wanted me to do it, but no. Captain says, "Are you drinking water?" Am I extra silly today? Is that what's going on? Hey, what's up, James Boyan? Hello, hello. Ooh, the air quality is 51, which is not so great today. I actually haven't been paying attention to the air quality in a while, but that maybe is why I was coughing this morning. Not coronavirus, not coronavirus, not coronavirus. But yeah, anyway. James Wayne says, "I swear we're doing Star Wars memes someday with this Force thing." What are we talking? Wait, Force thing? I'm confused. I'm very confused. Kenneth says, "You seem tipsy." I'm just normal, I guess. Maybe I'm just happy, excited to stream, hoping that the frames cooperate and such. Hey, what's up, Toddy? Welcome back. Good to see you again. It's been a while. How's it going, Broken Mirrors? We've also got Rollers, who says, "Oh no, I missed first." Indeed, you missed first by a bunch today. Doing Timer says, "By the way, if your Chrome is up to date, check out Chrome flags and search for tab search. Apparently you can press Ctrl-Shift-E to search through all of your Chrome tabs." I mean, I don't manually update Chrome, but I am on version 86.0 this, which I don't know when that was released. Chrome flags, you say? And search for tab search? Okay, I'm not up to date on Chrome, so that didn't work. Halton Catch says, "The stream is stuck on starting soon for me." Oh. That's weird. That is weird. I don't know what's up with that. But good to see you. Unhandled fluke error pet dogs. Good one, Miguel. I like it. Drunk Time Mode says, "It's only on Windows, so I couldn't test it." Oh, I see. Well, I'm just not updated. Hey, what's up, Hakatoss? Haven't seen you in a while. Welcome back. How's it going, M2dev.net? Hello, hello. Scylla says, "To be fair, it resubbed without my consent." Oh, you just had auto resub enabled. 7-zip master race. I don't have 7-zip installed either. Oscarlin says, "Knock knock, hello, yes, it's me, the internet person fixing the internets." The other server says, "How do you do stream tests?" Let me see if I can show you guys this without showing my stream key. Yeah, I think we're good. So there's this settings panel in OBS, and there's this bandwidth test mode, and this is in the like automatic Twitch setup mode. There's another one where you can put question mark, I think it's like testing equals 1 or some shit like that on the end of your stream key, and Twitch will just not broadcast when that's set. There's also this check mark here that does that as well. So I check this box, I go live, and in theory no one can see my stream. But that's how I do bandwidth test. Solo says, "When Anthony streamed to Pride, he naturally gets drunk." I mean, kind of. Hey, what's up, Hydrogen Z? Hello, hello. It's an interesting spelling of hydrogen. Hello from the terminal. You are indeed on the terminal. How's it going, Rise of Ninja? Hello, hello. And Code Blue, how's it going? Bosmax says, "What is the idea for pre-commit.ci?" Well, fortunately, if you open up that URL, you can exactly see the idea, because Kenbiko has helpfully written a little blurb for me that says, "Developers spent a fair chunk of time during their development flow on fixing relatively trivial problems in their code. Pre-commit.ci both enforces that these issues are discovered, which is opt-in for each developer's workflow via pre-commit, which is the open source linter code parameter GitHooks framework that I've created, but also fixes the issues automatically, letting developers focus their times on more valuable problems. I'll give a little demo of what I have working so far, just so that we can start the stream off with some useful information. Pre-commit ci.web.app. I just have to start some stuff. Pre-commit ci.worker.queue. I'm in the middle of working on stuff, so I'm not actually sure that things are gonna work, but okay, we'll do it live. Oh, that's print. Private tab, that's what we want. So I'm going to go to GitHub, and I'm going to log in. Oh boy, that was a trip. I gotta grab my password from my password manager. Copy and paste, and copy some other stuff. So I'll give you a quick demo of how it works. So let's go to, so I've been spending the last 2 days working on error cases and other stuff. So I'll show you some of the error cases in a second too. That's mostly what I've been working on offline. Also, I've started writing more tests. So we actually have some tests here. But I'll give you a demo of kind of the full flow and like where it really shines. Let's say we were making a change and we accidentally added trailing white space here, which is often an error in a lot of linters. But let's say that we made that change. So click this here and go back over here. It should start running this in theory. GitHub. Where's my webhook? Why didn't it send a webhook? Huh. That's weird. Let me check the developer settings and see why that's not sending. Unfortunately, the developer settings shows things in plain text, so I gotta do it off screen. Settings, developer settings, edit. Oh, there we go. It was just slow for some reason. Silly GitHub. Anyway, there we go. We got our webhook. I didn't change anything. I was literally just looking at the developer settings. So this should start our run here, which we can actually see over here. And if we refresh this, because things happen relatively quickly, you'll see that pre-commit ran, and one of the hooks failed, but it auto-fixed the file. And so pre-commit CI will push back those changes to the branch automatically. So it undid that trailing white space. And you'll see here that we get an automatic commit here. And it should run again, but it seems like webhooks are delayed today, which I don't know why. I don't know why they're so delayed today. But fortunately, we won't spend too much time dealing with the webhooks today, so hopefully things will, that won't actually impact things. Okay, it has fired again. Cool. So you can see now it ran on this new commit and it passed, and this is what a passing run looks like. But anyway, that's kind of the short demo of what pre-commit CI does. And yeah, we're gonna be working on this section and this section today, because both of those through some special code that we'll talk about later, someone could basically denial of service my machines, and so we're going to prevent that with some timeouts today. And I've started doing this for other parts, like the clone. The clone is already timed out properly. The image pull is timed out properly. The clone portion of building is timed out properly, but the rest of it is not. And so we're gonna be working on that today. That's kind of the last thing to do. If we look at my little to-do here is I've already handled build errors, and well, actually, technically I've handled these 3 things. I just haven't written any tests for it, so I don't know whether it works or not. So we'll make that work. But yeah, that is the idea of a pre-commit CI. Let me catch up on chat now, because we gotta get there eventually. Makina says, "Oh geez, which one of you was it that started talking about Chrome flags? Because now I'm looking through them, probably going to break something." Nice. Busmax says, "Didn't believe that was the URL." Well, it is. It is indeed. Kjon Official says, "I'm working on a Curses side project. What is the best way to unit test it?" So, unit testing Curses is kind of tricky. I've usually found that integration testing is a little bit easier to do. Then again, I actually wrote my own unit test suite for my text editor Bowie. But let me show you kind of what that looks like. Test features, I don't know, the search test, for instance. So there is this tool called, god damn it, you're just trying to get me to pronounce this this library, aren't you? I don't even remember what it's called now. It is called Hecate. Or Hecate, depending on how you want to pronounce it. But this is a library which will spin up tmux in the background and allow you to interact with the curses application. And so that's kind of what's happening here. You can send keys to it. So like this starts up my text editor in the background. It sends down, down, then waits for a cursor to be at a particular position, then presses Control W, then types the word search, or no, it waits for the word search. Then it types caret line underscore $0 and then, you know, waits for some text output. So you can basically write some assertions there. I actually wrote my own like fake curses, which is terrible and incomplete, but makes my tests a lot faster. Which is basically an in-process re-implementation of curses. So this code here mirrors the Hecate interface, but fakes a screen and monkey patches all of the curses commands, and also knows all about all of the key mappings, and yeah, has a bunch of assertions built in. And so basically it builds up a list of assertions, then runs the app, and then validates the assertions in order. It's a little bit complicated. I wouldn't necessarily recommend copying what I did here, but it does make the test really fast. So like this is the fake in-process curses tests, and you can see like I ran 230 tests in 2.59 seconds. But if we do the tmux tests, you can see like each test takes almost a second, and they're kind of slow. But that's my advice there. It's kind of tricky to do that though. Jerk Dynamite says, you know, I finally got my new microphone yesterday, but its volume knob was broken. Oh no. Oh no. Yo says, I decided to Google Twitch stream test to figure out how to do it myself and just found inspector.twitch.tv. Yeah, the Twitch inspector is really good. Really, really good. Balata says, pre-commit is so close to 5,000 stars. Yes, indeed. It is. I think I'm at like 4,950 or something like that. We're very, very close to getting to that 5,000 number. We are at 4,961. So if 39 of you people went and starred this repo, we will get to 5,000. Binary says, did the test get a final exam? What? What? Also, holy crap, I'm so far behind on chat. I'm so far behind on chat. Oh my goodness. Least Pro TV says demo effect, yeah. Somebody mentioned this little text that I put up at the top. I put this here so that when I launch alpha, people will actually hopefully report bugs and realize that it's not, you know, done yet. So like when this looks like crap, I'm not gonna they'll be like, oh, okay, it's alpha, it's fine. Because I plan to make this look better, because right now it really doesn't. And this page looks like garbage, but we'll be improving this a little bit before I launch the alpha. But I'm gonna leave this banner up there while it's in alpha. But yeah, you can see here we ran those same 229. Oh yeah, there's one test that doesn't work in tmux, so I've eliminated it, but we ran those 229 tests in 101 seconds. So almost 40-ish times slower. Hopefully this doesn't happen at your TED Talk. So it says, that is so sexy, to be honest, now that I've been using pre-commit myself. Yeah, it's pretty nice. But pre-commit is not capitalized and you're missing a dash. If we're talking about branding. Picture Jake says, my Azure Pipelines webhooks always take a hot second to get off. Yeah, so Azure Pipelines, I kind of, after implementing a webhook myself, I know how their thing works. Their thing waits for the mergeable commit before issuing a status at all. So mine will issue a status as soon as it gets the webhook. Whereas the Azure Pipelines one waits until it gets the webhook and then finds that the branch is mergeable. So if you ever make a pull request where something is a merge conflict, you will get no status at all from Azure Pipelines, whereas pre-commit.ci will give you a red merge conflict. So there's a little bit of difference there. But yeah, that's why theirs is slower. Hey, what's up, Birday? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Phil says, will there be a free/cheap version for pubs like us? Yes, there will be an open source free version. That is actually what I'm building and releasing right now. But yes. The answer says, who is the us I should reach out to? It's literally just me. It's literally just me. The Ultimate Forest says, yo dog, I heard you like timeouts, so I got you timeouts for your timeouts. So you can time out while you time out. Indeed, indeed. Welcome back, the Alta 4. Good to see you. Welcome to the stream. Yassine says, imagine denial of service thing and calling yourself a hacker. Yeah, well, I should still prevent denial of service. So everybody says, wait, why is it running on your machine instead of the CI that the person uses? So you can set up pre-commit in all sorts of different CI systems. However, there's a few limitations that you won't be able to get past. One of them is efficient and correct and fast caching. It's really hard to get this right, and you'll waste a bunch of space across all of your jobs, whereas if you have a centralized cache like pre-commit.ci does, you can do piecemeal and per repository caching and like a whole bunch of clever things that make it way faster. And the other is pushing back to the branch. You can't safely expose a read-write token to a CI job without somebody being able to take that token and write arbitrary code to any of your branches, without setting up complicated branch protection. And even with branch protection, you wouldn't be able to prevent somebody from writing to someone else's pull request, which you really don't want to do. And so I think those two things alone differentiate pre-commit.ci from the other offerings. The other thing that'll be really cool, but I'm not going to have in the first version that I'm releasing because it's not done yet, and I kind of want to get something out the door, is the Dependabot updating thing. So it'll automatically update stuff as it'll auto-update things as hooks get new releases and stuff. So I haven't done that yet, but indeed. Drunk Talmud says, so apparently some people call North America the cum zone because it's Canada, USA, and Mexico. Oh no. That's kind of funny. GarvB2 says, hey, in the Red's Code, what do you think is the best Linux distribution for web development? Literally any of them. Whatever you want to do. I don't think that any particular Linux distribution is going to be easier or harder to work on web development unless you spend more time working on the distribution itself than you do actually running code, in which case, I'd probably suggest, Ubuntu, Debian, Fedora, something easy. But I don't know. Fixture Jake says, yo, that Cloudflare bonus assignment was an interesting time. Go was kind of nice to use, actually. A heck of a thing to write as my first project in Go. Nice, indeed. What was the meme around this thing, this emoji sequence? It is what it is or something, and you could go to this.com because of emoji or Punicode. Oscaron says, are you planning on paying for hosting for this initially? How much will that cost per month? I don't know how much it's going to cost yet, Oscaron. I have some back of the napkin idea on per execution. But I don't know how much it's going to cost. Also, I don't quite know how well DynamoDB is going to scale, so I'm gonna have to spend some time tuning that and auto scaling that and some other stuff. I have not done, I haven't done any. Currently, I have no auto scaling. Everything's just minimum read and write capacity, and I'm sure as I figure out the scaling for that, I will have to do some price planning. But right now, I think I pay about $1 a month to run the demo version. But then again, the demo version has no users, so don't really know there. But we'll see. Hey, what's up, Zach PDX? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. I'm hoping that the pro version will, and if people will use the pro version, that it will more than pay for itself. If not, I'm gonna have to search seek other ways to, receive compensation for that. But I think the way that it's actually gonna make money is from companies getting hosted versions of it and paying for support and that, because I think like, I know Lyft devotes like 2.5 engineers and a hilarious amount of execution time, storage cost, and debugging stuff to this, and like easily worth 2 engineers worth of time per year. And so I could probably sell them a product for less than that, and there's probably a bunch of people that have the same situation. Hey, what's up, GP271821? Oh, thank you for the subscription. Appreciate that. Welcome to the stream. Appreciate the subscribe. Thank you for supporting the channel. But yeah, that's kind of the plan there. And then everyone talking about Hecate. The Elder Force says Hecate was the chief goddess presiding over magic and spells. She witnessed the abduction of Demeter's daughter Persephone, which for the longest time I thought it was pronounced Persephone. Like Persephone. To the underworld, and Torch in hand assisted in the search for her. Thus, pillars called Hecatia stood at crossroads and doorways, perhaps to keep away evil spirits. Ooh. But yeah, it's Greek. Elmander says, what type of coders are you accepting into programmers? Currently, we had a meeting about this on Saturday, Friday, someday like that. And right now we are doing invite only for programmers, and we might change this in the future, but for now it's mostly just going to be like people that we know, that we are confident that if we watch their stream or rated them or other stuff like that, that they're going to produce compelling, interesting content. And yeah, we're just going to kind of go from there. We also talked about we're going to be doing a game night at least once a month, which will be pretty cool. So we're going to get to see some of the other science and tech streamers, similar to what we did with the Among Us night. And that should be fun as well. What else did we talk about? I don't know, a bunch of stuff. But it's starting to come together. We're starting to get stream assets and things that would better brand us as a team, and pulling all those things together. But yeah, anyway. Drunk Time Lord says, this makes me happy. Oh, MindPie with strict mode. MindPie strict mode's pretty good. I like it. Future Jake says, I don't really get merge conflicts as it's just my capstone and I work on one branch. Yeah, totally. The Alta Force says, I can't even make jokes in context with Andy Wright's code because by the time he reads them, he has no idea what I'm talking about. It's true. Usually I'm not this far behind, but today I'm super far behind. You guys are talking so much today. It's fine. That's what the stream's about. We're here to chat and sometimes code. Axay says keyboard. If you do keyboard, you can do bang keyboard, and it will tell you about my keyboard. That Acetilly ASM, indeed. He's gonna read it in like 14 minutes. Yeah. He forces people to stay in his chat and wait for him to respond. Big brain. Yeah, sometimes you're right, Jehovah. Sometimes when I just finally get to the message and I have no fucking idea what's going on, it's hilarious. It's hilarious. It's a trick, chat. He's ignoring you on purpose to make you stay. Shaz says, Andy probably has to ignore a lot of chat if he wants to keep up to relevancy. My face when it's going to be all my comments. with the cupcake cry. No, I read your comments. It's good. Melissa says, how would you handle malicious people heavily using your free tier, thus hurting your wallet? Is it the denial of service thing you were talking about? Yeah, so I have some ideas on how to limit the blast radius of people abusing it, and that's actually what we're going to be working on today. Some of that is limiting the usefulness of the parts that are accessible to the internet, and limiting the ways that you can output data from the CI system, basically making it more expensive for them to try and use it than just to abuse some other system. So some of the ways that I'm doing that is builder scripts. This is actually what we're going to be working on today, or what I started working on before. Some of that is going to be making the installation time out after a certain amount of time. So in this case, this is timing out after, I think I set this to 60 seconds, and this is the only thing that has access to the internet. So they would have to write a Git hook that upon install has to do some amount of work that would gain, gain usage to them in that 60 seconds. And at runtime, it doesn't have access to the internet. The other thing that I plan to do at some point, which I haven't implemented yet, which is to put a cap on the number of executions in the free tier, such that, like, you don't get to use 10,000 executions per month or something like that. But I haven't thought too much about that or how I would implement that yet, and I haven't implemented it yet. So we're just trying to get something out there. So we'll be improving on this. Also, I think there's a bug in this because I don't know how timeout handles. An execution where timeout forks to its child, and then the child has, grandchildren. And I know timeout is going to signal this guy here. I don't know whether these also receive the signal. And the question is really whether this creates a process group or not. And I might need to insert, like, dominit-s in here, and then have timeout signal dominit, which signals all of these things to die. But I don't know. Haven't really played with that yet. But for the first time, we're just gonna be doing that. Bosmike says, could you chain link the webhook to an existing CI tool to make pre-commit.ci part of an existing pipeline? Not currently. Currently the only trigger that runs pre-commit.ci is GitHub itself. This is, for now, a little bit of a protection layer, mostly because GitHub has some abuse mechanisms in place. So in order to abuse pre-commit, you also need to, or pre-commit.ci, you also need to abuse GitHub. Which is another sort of line of defense. If I allow people to just arbitrarily trigger pre-commit.ci, it opens the door for much more abuse. That said, I will probably be making a paid feature that does that, such that people can use that sort of functionality, but they'll have to pay money for it. Someone says he definitely remembers the context. He has a universe-sized brain. Sometimes I forget the context. Sometimes. But yeah, I do remember most of the context. Drink Time Moon says, my favorite distribution for web dev is Windows. Indeed. Mine is Linux running on Windows. Make sure you have a desktop. That's about it. Yeah, that's a good approach there. Cyberbunny says, oh yeah, I'm also running my lint workflow on my default branch because of GitHub Actions caching policy, so my branches can use their linter built by default, by the default branch job instead of having to build and cache their own. It takes about 1.5 minutes to build the linter and 3 seconds to lint. Yes, indeed. Ghost says, I love Elementary and Pop! OS works out of the box. Yeah, I've heard good things about Pop! OS, but I haven't tried it myself. Pop! OS Panic at the Disco. Yeah, that's amazing. M2Dev.net says, I feel like trying to figure out the price for DynamoDB is super difficult with secondary indices and all. Indeed, yeah, I'm mostly going to try and profile it and see what happens, because I don't quite know what to do there. Yassine says, Anthony, have you ever over-engineered a piece of code or an entire program? Absolutely. I've over-engineered so much shit. And it's usually not good. Usually I spend way too much time trying to get something perfect when it really doesn't fucking matter, and a sloppy script would have worked just fine. That happens to me a lot. You might even argue that right now I'm over-engineering some parts of pre-commit.ci, and you would probably be correct. But I also want to, you know, part of the reason that I'm spending so much time getting things correct in the first place is I realize how difficult data migration is going to be later on in the process. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Alto4 says I'll host pre-commit.ci for you in my home lab, Kappa. So the thing is, Alto4, the runners are pretty portable. As long as they can connect to AWS, like you could host a runner anywhere. But I think it's gonna be cheap/easy to do in AWS. But yeah. Alto4 says I actually would hear as long as everything was in a container. I actually would hear. So there's one part that's not a container, though it does run containers, and that's why it's not in a container. So that part's tricky. I think I could do podman in podman to make that work, but I haven't learned much about that yet. And so for now, it's just a systemd service. But you're right. That is kind of the barrier to entry to running in like Kubernetes or some other hosted containerized situation. But yeah. GB says, always supporting Pi Bros. Well, thanks again for the subscription. Really appreciate that. And welcome to the stream. He's almost out of water. It's true. We're 41 minutes into the stream. I've opened a bunch of tabs and not really shown you anything yet. It's because you guys keep talking. Oh, we're only to the Persephone part? I'm just getting further and further behind. This is awful. Okay, we're gonna speed read some chat. Persephone, the new phone by Apple, indeed. D&D streams, yeah, D&D. We might be doing some D&D, which would be pretty cool. Hydrogen Z, who has changed their casing of their name, says, do you use TypeScript? I have not used much TypeScript. I've done a little bit of TypeScript. But no, not exactly. Anthony chats a lot and writes a little code. You're right, Jaholo. It's true. I just realized I have class from 8 AM. Good night, all. Drink Time Lord. Have a good one. I'm glad you stopped by. I'll see you around. Shazro's got to do physics. Okay, sounds good. We've got Fluffy Bunny. Fluffy Bunny's back. Who says, hey, Mr. Coding. How's it going? Welcome back. My last name is Code. The name's Code. Anthony writes code. The name's Code. Chat's a lot and barely writes code. But yeah, that's kind of true. I just timed you out for the default amount that day. I didn't mean to time you out for 10 minutes, but that was the default amount, and then I couldn't figure out how to fix the timeout, so that was my bad. I shouldn't have timed you out for 10 minutes. Critical Role is our big inspiration there. Yeah, that's another stream which brings a bunch of people together, and they do cool gaming and peer work, streaming games and stuff. Which should be pretty cool if we do the same thing. Two says, fixing it later is a fucking bitch. Indeed. Drink Time says, I'm too lazy to over-engineer. I see. Podman in Podman, pip, or pimp. Michaela says, Drunk Timer, go to bed. Drunk Timer says, I decided it's not worth missing the stream. I'll miss class. Oh no. Oh, we're gonna play some Type Racer now. Okay. I was almost caught up on chat. Now we're playing Type Racer. I see how it is. Am I logged in? Oh, damn it. I don't know what my password is. My username is Acetilly, so... Okay, chat. We're gonna play some Type Racer. If you guys don't know how this works, I'm going to share a link with you. Why would I go to Type... Why would I use Type Racer Premium? Why would I do that? Okay, I'm gonna paste a link in chat. You guys can join. And we will play some Type Racer. Let's see how our fingers are going. But make sure you click join, because that's the thing that people always forget. But yeah, we'll see how the timing goes today. Oh, it's gonna go off screen. Damn it. Ah. Oh, 106th. Michaela still kicked my ass as usual. Okay, we're gonna do one more round. As we do. Oh, we got some time to kill all that. Wish Twitch chat had a setting for 24-hour timestamps. Feels bad, man. I use TypeScript for my GitHub action. Oh, those were unrelated. I see. You can set it up with user scripts to modify that, but yeah, it's 12 hours for whatever reason. US centric as things go. So everybody says, why is os.version undefined when run from a GitHub action? Oh, you mean in TypeScript? Weird. It's only $1 a month. Yeah. Maybe you can choose a different car with TypeRacer Premium. Oh, maybe. That would actually be kind of cool. Hey, what's up, Wizard Mango King? Hello. Pioneer says, who wants to play again? We're gonna do one more. Yeah, we're gonna do one more, as we do. So join the same length. Oh, Nicholas got 3rd place. Nice. Yeah, Michaela is the super speedy typist and always kicks my ass every single time. Oh god, what's going on? Oh, did it start? Ah! Oh, man, fuck this guy's name. That was awful. That was awful. Man, Cotards, whoever you are, your name sucks. I don't like you. But anyway, that was fun. Okay, we did our type racer. Can use control space for auto completion at type racer, right? Nicholas says I usually get 135 but on this keyboard. Yeah, I actually do better on my other keyboard. This one I'm a little bit slower on. You can actually do auto completion on mobile. I see. Tubrim says send messages to any other user on the site with a premium subscription. You can only reply to messages. Is this a dating site for nerds? Oh no. Oh no. Wizard Mango King says if it's not LMAO, LOL, or PogChamp, I don't know how to spell it. Amazing. Wait, Binary, you just redeemed it again? Okay. We'll do one round this time. Wait. Oh, I guess my track... Do we still have the link from before? Yeah, there's the link again. Join that one. We'll do one more. Wizard Mango King, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Oh god, it just started. Okay, we'll do one more after this. Not coding today, just chat and type racer. I mean, kind of. Okay, I'm gonna do one more, and then we'll be then I'm gonna say no more type racer for a while because we've done too little today. We'll do one more after this. Also, I'm gonna have to fill up my water after that too. But 105's decent. Decent. Scammed. Okay. Are you guys ready? We're gonna start a new race in 7 seconds. Get the fingers moving today. Join race and okay, this is the last one. Last one for today. Everybody join. Hey, what's up, Nelzex? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. This one is so short indeed. Oh! This is definitely Michaela. Zoom! Okay, type racer. Cool. That was fun. Thank you for that. Why does nobody use control backspace? I'm just like not used to it. It doesn't work in all sorts of places. But yeah. I typed the word for each hertz of my monitor. Indeed. Rip backspace key. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, so let's talk about what I want to do today. I started working on, this is the timeout for the build portion. And so there's kind of 2 failure modes. There's three choices here. There's a success case, which happens when, you know, this completes within the timeout and exits 0. This is the easiest case. There's also the timeout case, which happens when timeout can exit 2 different codes on timeout. So if we do timeout 1 sleep 10. So this is the normal timeout case where it will return 124. This is timeout's special error code for timing out there. There's also another timeout mode where I have to make a Python script for this. Import signal, signal.sig terms, signal.sig ign. So this is please ignore all sig terms. Import time.sleep 100. So if we do timeout kill after equals 1 python 3 t.py. So after 1 second, it will try and kill it with term, and then another second after that, it will try and kill it with sig kill. And you'll see in this case, it exits 137. So we're checking for both of these 2 return codes. These are the 2 different timeouts that could happen here. And if we don't see any of those, it's some other error. Pre-commit currently always exits 1, I think, on failures. Although I think that's going to change at some point. There's actually a pull request open, which changes some of those return codes so that you can better differentiate when things fail in particular ways. But anyway, that is this code here. I've not written any tests for this, although I did start testing a lot of the other scripts in pre-commit.ci. Test builder scripts. I'll just show you some of those scripts right now. This one, for example. This is for build 1 get ems. Okay, so this script does a couple of things. Oh, I should have done the other script. This one is more complicated than it needs to be. I'll show you for this script. For build 0 get repos. Okay, so this script is pretty straightforward. It reads in the pre-commit configuration and does validation on it and prints the error and returns 1 in case it doesn't validate properly. So you can see this is a test for that particular case. It writes a YAML file that is not a valid pre-commit configuration. This is just a string where it's supposed to be a top-level map. And so you can see here that we get a particular, we assert that we get a particular output and that it returns a particular error code. And this will eventually, percolate up into the output of a job. If we go to HTTP2/demo, we can see I ran one of those here. So I made a change which intentionally makes an invalid configuration. This is supposed to always be a string, so I turned it into a number. And you can see when I ran this, we got a failure that pointed out invalid config error. This file at this, configuration trace stack expected string but got int. And this is the config.v library that I wrote, which kind of gives you a nice hierarchical view to how a configuration file gets validated. I used to use JSON schema and it was just really fucking hard to know what the error message was saying. But I find this to be a lot more readable. But anyway, this is kind of that error case. And this is a test which validates that this also does this thing. I have to do a really, really tricky thing up here. If you notice the beginning of the file, I'm not using normal imports here. I am using the double under import built-in, and the reason for this is this module name is intentionally invalid because I don't want it to normally be importable, so I'm using dashes instead of underscores. And syntactically you can't import the import statement does not support names that are dashes, so you have to use the import built-in, which does support names that are dashes for weird reasons. But this works. And this from list equals trash is just a dumb hack that I learned a long time ago that makes it return this module instead of this module. If you leave out this argument for whatever fucking reason, it will return this module. I don't really know the answer why, but it does do that. But anyway, that's that. Oh, so much chat. I'm so talking today. Wait, Michaela, you streamed the other day? I didn't get a notification for it. What the fuck, Twitch? Well, now this says 53 on a laptop's keyboard seems like a respectable score. No. I can hit 105 on my laptop. But yeah, I do use it on my laptop. Just not eat booty says, do I want pho, pizza, or Jamaican food? I have extreme anxiety about making food choices. Yo, food choices are so hard. Oh, pizza sounds so good though. A lot of people are recommending pho though. You could say that you could go pho yourself. Okay. Boo this man. Anyway. Okay, so I want to write tests for this last script that I was just changing, so we're going to write some tests for that. Test builder scripts. I know, writing tests is boring, right? Build to install hooks test. We need to do the same mod name. Pre-commit ci.builder.scripts.build to install hooks. Main equals import. Mod name from list equals trash.main. And we need to make sure that this script is actually testable. Build to install hooks def main, and I didn't follow my own advice here. Optional sequence stir equals none. And my first ever video, first ever explains video talks. Oops, not that one. One. My first ever video talks about why I'm doing this particular pattern here with the optional sequence stir. Optional sequence. So this allows me to, under test, pass in arguments here. All right, let's read the code a little bit here. This is going to be a problem. Let's make that an argument as well. Parser.add argument pcdir. I'll have to change the call to this as well. args.pcdir. args.pcdir. This is an error case here. That one's actually pretty easy to test. So let's start by testing that one. Actually, before I get distracted, let's change the call to this to install hooks. So we need to pass /pc because that is the hard-coded pre-commit cache directory that's used for this. So let me just make sure that this still succeeds. Builder.run pre-commit. Oh no, it's supposed to be runner image latest and demo. This will just hopefully succeed. We'll see how that goes. So it says I should check Messenger. Hey, what's up, Last Pacifist? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Hopefully you're doing well. Oh shit. Yeah, I will attend to that after the stream. We might have to cut stream short then. Hey, what's up, Unx? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Alex says, what do you think about programming using your voice versus using hands? I've seen some cool demos for programming with your voice, but I find that it's just so annoying to move up 2 lines, backspace 2 characters. Like there haven't been good programming environments for writing words with text. Like I can totally see like writing articles or like, you know, describing non-symbolic text, but describing symbolic text is like really fucking hard, in my opinion. But that could just be me. The demos that I've seen seem a little bit, you know, contrived a little bit, but I don't know. Hey, what's up, Yoda Droid? Oh, you have Noob Cat's little hello emote. I see. Doesn't I Booty says, what's the most embarrassing thing you can tell us about Anthony? You should not talk about personal details in chat. Please don't talk about personal details in chat. Thank you. If you coded speaking, it would just write fuck, why is this not working over and over again? Yeah. Baldata says, why argv? What does the V stand for? Something special. This is a convention from C where you define the main function of a C program as int main, is it argc first? Probably. Int argc char ** argv. And I believe what these stand for is argument count, and argv is argument vector. And I believe it's just a convention. I'm not 100% sure, but I can look that up and make a video about it. Video idea, what is argc and argv? There represent any arguments. Argc for int I equals int. Technically should be unsigned, but whatever, we don't have time for that. Int I equals 0. I is less than argc. I plus equals 1. Printf arg I argv I. Anyway, there's a little small demo of argc, argv in C, which I believe is where the convention comes from. But anyway, UnX says using Nano. Ah, damn, the bot didn't catch it this time. Bot didn't catch it this time. I'm not actually using Nano. Thank you, Yoda for pointing that out. How could somebody use Nano and be as cool as Emacs or Vim user? I think I'm cooler because I wrote my own text editor. Alex says, what if you could 50-50 voice and hands? I don't know. I feel like it would take a lot of getting used to, and I feel like it'd be really error prone. You know, voice recognition is pretty fucking garbage as it is right now, so I don't see how it could be better to write complicated non-English words. If you just watch the stream for 15 minutes, you'll likely see some embarrassing things. Yikes. Yikes. SkyZFX says, what's the best approach to adding third-party libraries, e.g. YAML, to a Python tool when you share it and users can't do pip install? There's a couple approaches to that. I've actually talked about one of them on stream, kind of. Or on video. Which is ZipApps. ZipApp, on its own, doesn't really help you with, you know, dependencies, so to speak. But you can build similar technologies that work similar to ZipApps with things like Shiv is the popular one, Shiv Python. There's also, what's the other one? Py2exe. There's also Pex, which is the other one. I guess these other ones do the same thing. There's also, damn, what is the other one? I can't remember. Hey, Rockstar, thank you for the raid, and Vado Kappa, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream, Raiders. And Lord Do Work, thank you for the follow as well. If you guys don't know Rockstar, you should check them out. What were you working on today, Rockstar? How's it going? Oh, and Juicebox Hero is here too. Hello, hello. Writing your own text editor makes you super cool. Yeah, it's very, very cool. That's totally true, 100%. Definitely. Hey, what's up, Proner J? Hello, hello. Speech recognition is so difficult, just like stuttering detection is an extremely difficult task on its own. Yes, indeed. Hey, what's up, Arisia? Hello, hello. Proner J says, just got home from work. Wait, you're still going into like an office or something? Aren't you in the US? Shouldn't you be concerned about the pandemic? You're an all-star. Wait. Arisia says, how are you doing? How are you, dude? I'm doing well. I'm doing well. Things are going. I am out of water though, so I'm going to have to fill up my water. He couldn't afford a full keyboard, so he had to buy 2 half keyboards. It's true, it's true. It's true, it's true. Bruno J says, I get to maintain the VPNs and other relevant nonsense so everyone can stay home. Oh, I see. I get it. I understand. That makes sense. Technically, an essential employee. It's just me and an SME who has shitty internet. I see, I see. Nice. It's true, indeed, Tubeworm. Okay, I'm gonna go fill up my water. I will be right back. I'll see you guys in a sec. Alright, I'm back. So Skies FX, I actually just thought of another place where I made my own zip app that had dependencies, so I can show you kind of how that would work. And that's actually in pre-commit. Git pull prune. Let me remove the output so that we're not jumping ahead of ourselves here. What is patch.win32? Alright, we don't need that anymore. Okay. So I've actually made a zip app for pre-commit, and pre-commit has a bunch of dependencies. So you can see here, it depends on all of these libraries, and virtualenv depends on a bunch of libraries, and I think this depends on 6, maybe? I don't know. But anyway, there's a bunch of dependencies here. You can't run pre-commit on its own. Normally you have to pip install stuff. But I wrote this little thing to testing. Wait. Testing. Zip app. Make. This builds a zip app. Does some kind of complicated stuff. Some of this stuff that Shiv or other tools would automate. But if I run the script with version 2.7.1, for instance. Oh, I just spilled water all over myself like a fucking idiot. I didn't realize how full it was. Ugh. Okay, this part takes a while because it has to build a Docker image. But basically what it does is it stitches all the dependencies into this zip file, and then you just distribute the zip file instead of all the other stuff. So you wouldn't have to worry about installing Shiv or zip app or whatever. You would just move this zip around as well. You just move the zip around instead of installing things. That's kind of the idea behind this. It builds like a standalone zip file. And of course it doesn't work because I forgot to install. Try this again. I think it should work now. Yeah, there we go. So it's built this pre-commit 2.7.1.py, and if we ask what file it is a file gives us a really interesting thing about it. But I can actually run this script as if it were a pre-commit binary. So you can see if I do pre-commit.py-help, it works the same as pre-commit, and you can also do, you know, run -shell files just as you would with pre-commit, and it works. And just to show you that it's not a trick of me being in this virtualenv where pre-commit is installed, I can copy this to a temp directory, pre-commit to temps, cd there, and deactivate that virtualenv. So I definitely don't have that pre-commit happening anymore. And you can see that I can still do pre-commit help and pre-commit version and stuff. Which is different than, I guess I do still have pre-commit installed globally, but this is a different pre-commit version. But yeah. Oh my god, chat is so confusing right now because you guys are all pink. What is going on? It's Michaela and Tubeworm are both pink today. Is that a long? I need to learn more. Time to take your shirt off. Yeah, because I spilled. That was actually my first thought. Was like, oh no, I spilled water on my shirt. I'm gonna have to change shirts. Then I was like, wait a minute. I can't do that on stream. SkySFX says, and then you can just add the zip to the Python path, and that works. Yeah, that's actually how it works internally. So this zip on startup expands a cache directory out here. Let's actually look at this directory here, for instance, and puts a bunch of wheels in here. And if you put all of these wheels on sys.path, they're importable. So for instance, if I do Python path equals this, Python-c import config v, then you can see I was able to import it, and it prints out this module here. So putting a wheel on Python path allows it to be importable. So that's kind of how the zip app works under the hood. But yeah. Oh no, Juice, you changed your color to pink too? What are you doing? I'm gonna be so confused. 2 Cooper says, so just sit there moist. Oh, no. Hey, what's up, Rizix? Hello, hello. Hold on, this is pink now too. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Johnny says this is a very odd phrase to see when entering a code jam. Look how Wheels gets cut off and just says wee. Wait, where? Oh, it was probably here before it went off screen. I see now.
Pink Nation.
Pink Nation, says Juicebox Hero. What does that mean? Is there a thing that's Pink Nation? Hey! Arshels is also bitsted. Thank you for the bits. Appreciate that. With the Pog Champ. For the Pogrammers. But anyway. Okay, we're gonna write a test for this first error case. Tests. This is the wrong directory. Test builder scripts. Build 2. Test main error when pre-commit home missing. Tempter join assetter inserter tempter join pcdir inserter assert main. Oh, assertdir stir asset dir stir pcdir 1 2 3 equals 0. Oh, actually it should be non-zero. With mock.patch.dict as from unit test import mock. os.environ clear equals true, so we're going to be blanking the environment here. So this is the case where pre-commit home is missing. This is kind of a nice little thing to temporarily set os.environ to an empty dictionary. We also want capsys so we can read the output. Capsys, let's sort these capsys. And then out equals capsys.readout error. Assert out equals image does not have pre-commit home equals. So this is the output we expect. I think that should be our first test. We're doing kind of the opposite of TDD here, where I'm writing the tests after and then valuing them. Okay, cool. That is passed. We got one test passing. We wrote some code this stream. SJXF set their name to pink also. Oh my goodness. Yonderdroid says, where are the rest of the plushies today? We've actually moved some of the plushies to the other room because there were too many plushies. So I think Zach, Rexy, and Leonard are in the other room. Oh my god. So Pumpkin is kind of back to a normal size. So I was using Pumpkin as a backrest yesterday, and so she's a little bit thinner than she was before because I kind of squished her. But Pumpkin is here. You guys are just trying to see. Can I walk? Oh, I can't walk that far, and then my feet are in frame. Damn it. Okay, but anyway, Pumpkin is here. We'll put Pumpkin over here. And then we've also got Katie and Lola. They're also here. They can hang out on the floor. But anyway, all the plushies are still here. None of them have been euthanized yet. But yeah. Alexa, turn off the TV, says Alex. I do not have Alexa. That's not happening. We do not need something to listen to me 24/7. Cheat95 says, really, your team is called Pogrammers? It is called Pogrammers. Only the poggiest programming team. Proter J, you're also pink. Oh no. Now we need to trick him into opening W3 skulls. Yeah, we're just gonna turn this into a drinking stream. Marshall says, totally unrelated, but I'm debating whether to pave my machine, install Pop! OS right before I have to give a talk. What could go wrong? Oh no. Oh no. Hey, what's up, Bongtavious? Hello, hello. Welcome back. Skyzefx says, yeah, that's cool, because I work in visual effects and we can only use the integrated Python interpreters in our software, like Autodesk Maya. We can't use pip install, so it's annoying to deploy Python stuff when you want to use external libraries. I see. Yeah, well, you can basically deploy zips instead and do that. That'll work. I guess I'm not stressed enough. You do that shit all the time? Oh no. Oh no. I mean, I did upgrade Windows right before the stream, so I also did a very, very similar thing. Plushy abuse. Oh, but it was so comfy. I was actually like behind my back on this chair. Oh, I kind of want to sit on the plushie again. Wait, that sounds wrong. Hey, what's up, Chom? Hello, hello, welcome back. You're also pink today. It's pink chat. Nobody puts pumpkin in the corner, says Polymatic Man. It's true. Also, welcome back, Polymath Man. Good to see you. Realist Bird says, does anyone here have experience with Django? I do a long time ago. I haven't worked with Django in quite a while. Nobody prevents you from getting drunk live. It's true. So we do sometimes have drinking streams. It has been a while. It has been a while since I have done a drink stream. Okay, so we've tested the case where it's missing. Let's test it where it's not set to the proper value. Test main error when pre-commit home wrong value capsys temptor. And I can actually copy most of this test. But instead we're going to do pre-commit home to wet, and that test should also pass. Cool. Okay, so we've tested this portion here. The next portion of this is making sure that, oh, we also, interesting that I abused the asset dir to also have an in.json. Okay, so the way this thing works, maybe I should draw this. Wouldn't be an Anthony Writes code stream without some MS Paint. Okay, so we have a boundary here between two users. One of them is the PC worker user and the other is the PC runner user. This user can talk to AWS. So this is okay here. But this user cannot talk to AWS. So bad. They cannot talk to AWS. That's why I have isolated these two users. And part of what gets what happens to get things set up here is there is a there's a container that we run to do, and I say we, but it's literally just me, to run pre-commit install hooks in. This is building the cache environments. And in order to do that, we need to build some directories that this user can write to. So we make one directory, which is the PC directory. This is /PC. And we make another directory, which is the inputs. And into these inputs, we populate a bunch of assets that are needed so that this pre-commit install hooks can succeed. And most of those are the Git clones. Actually, I think they're all just Git clones. So, you know, like, so like this inputs contains like repo 1, repo 2, repo 3. But these are all TGZ files, so they're compressed versions of those. TGZ. And what this container has to do is it first has to take all these inputs and put them into the proper location in /PC. So step 1 is extract inputs into PC, and then step 2 is run pre-commit install hooks. And so we need to validate that this is working properly, which means we need to set up some dummy tar files, unfortunately. But that's kind of what this script is doing, or the script that I'm working on right now is doing. And yeah, there's some complicated handoff between these directories such that this can't just write these directly into here, because this needs to be able to write into here also. So all of the files in this PC directory are owned by PC Runner, and all of these files are owned by this user, but they're readable by this user. So there's no cross-user rewrite happening here. But yeah. Anyway, that's what's going on. Realist Bird says, I'm having trouble trying to figure out how to submit a form and have that calculate out to an inventory log. I have the employee enter start time, end time, select the task from dropdown, and enter quantity produced. I want the submission of that to influence a few different tables. An example would be Charlie packed boxes from 12 to 5 while he worked. He produced 35 units. Each unit needs 10 joints, a label sticker, and a warning label, etc., etc. I created a few models, but I'm not sure how to link them all to make the equation happen in the views or forms. You would probably write some business logic directly in your views, and depending on whether you need those to be consistent, you would probably do them all in a single transaction. But I'm not sure. I'm not sure what, like where are you getting stuck on things? Like, are you getting stuck on the model design, or are you getting stuck on the business logic, or where's the hang up there? M2Dev.net says, would love to see a Twitch team that's focused towards beginners. I know things with live coders went south here, but even their nurture program doesn't let you in if you're not an affiliate. Oh, you mean like beginner streamers and like getting people up to speed? I actually think that would be a pretty cool service that that people could do. Like, honestly, I could just go to like someone's stream and just like watch them for 15 minutes and give them some good advice on like how to improve their setup and like their content, and like you know, basically get them to be a better streamer than they are without needing to spend more money or like do other stuff like that. But yeah, I think that would be kind of a cool thing that you know, a stream team could do. Unless you're talking about beginner programming, and then I'm not really sure. Mr. Extremely says that chat looked like WeChat. Is this what WeChat looks like? This is just Twitch chat, but in the terminal. No Spirit says, would you be able to walk me through it on Discord? Maybe. Okay, got me. Pink is the new whatever the last color was, says try. Oh my goodness, you guys. Oh, Solace, you're pink now too. So everybody says PC Master Race feels good, man. Mr. Extremely says PC Worker is in a VPN. I mean, they're technically both in VPNs. These are on AWS hosts. But I'm using like special stuff to make it so that this can't talk to the AWS metadata service. But yeah. She says, you mean beginner streamers? As if you sprinkled around live coders, but I think live coders considered streamers based on their audience size rather than their coding content. Yeah. Do containers really have round edges? Says Watch Older Bear. I don't know. They're I don't think they actually have any defined shape. Oh, the first is what the fuck, why you're in Paint? Yo, we spend a lot of time on our streams in Paint. Have you never used Lucitrides? I prefer Paint. Paint's shitty. That's why we use Paint. Dranai says, I say we, but I really mean me. This one hit hard. Cheat95 says, wait, are you using Ubuntu as a VM or Windows as a VM? If you do bang OS, you can learn the answer to that. I also have a video where I talk about it. Well. Oh, you guys are all pink, so it's really hard for me to know who's who. I have to actually read your names now. God damn it. AnduDev.net says, I'd probably pay for that, to be honest. Stream reviews. Yeah, that could be a cool thing to do. That could be a cool thing to do. My Mathman says, I would love to figure out how to pair program it on stream with another streamer. Ooh. Yeah, so... I mean, I've done that before with a few people. I think it produces really good content. The problem is, like, getting people on the same time zone and working on things that are applicable to your audience. But, I don't know, I'd be down to, like, pair a program with people. It's been a really long time since we've done that. So you prefer your charts to look like a meme? Indeed! Also, is Lucid Charts the one with that really obnoxious pink product manager arrow? You guys know what I'm talking about, right? Pink product manager arrow. Surely this will give me an answer. Oh, this is a risky scroll. I'm gonna scroll off screen. Man, none of these have the pink product manager. There's no results? Google just like stopped giving me results. That's weird. You guys know what I'm talking about though, right? When like they take a screenshot of something and then they put that really fucking ugly pink arrow over top of it. Why am I not finding anything? It's totally a thing. I'm not making this up.
You can't call everything you dislike the product manager ______.
Juice. This... It's not that I don't like it. I just don't like the color of it. And it's like always product managers, 100%. Developers would never use that as an overlay. Hey, what's up, Nimish? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Surely someone knows what I'm talking about, though, right? Mikhail says, if you were a donut, what would be your filling? Do they have peanut butter donuts? Actually sounds amazing. I'm gonna Google search peanut butter donuts. Peanut butter donut. Oh my god. These look amazing. Okay. I'd probably be peanut butter. Yo! Mitch's Workshop has also rated me with a party of 38. What's up, Mitch? How's it going? Welcome back. What were you working on today, Mitch? Are you still working on your what was it, pandas thing last time? We're drawing in MS Paint today. That's what's going on here. Ju says, Anthony, we should definitely do a stream review show where we review coding streams. It would definitely make us lots of friends, Kappa. Well, this is Strager's stream, and his stream is really boring, and I wish he would talk with chat. No. I'm kidding, of course. That would not go well. But I think, like, dropping by people's streams and, like, giving them recommendations from chat and being like, hey, like, here's a thing you could do to improve your, you know, sound quality or visuals, or, like, you know, make your font size bigger, like, improve your contrast in your terminal, or, like, you know, read people's messages in chat, or like, here's a way that you can put chat on your screen, or like, you know, stuff like that, or like, here's some chat commands, or things like that would improve people's setup slightly. Like, I'm sure if somebody did a stream review of me, they would be like, get better headphones and get a higher quality camera, and I'd be like, sure, that's completely fair criticism. Those are totally things that I should do. Nanai says, what sort of community do you have to be a member of to get the pink manager? Juice says it's Snagit, actually. I see. It's too bad you don't like pink. But then Mitch is here. How's it going, Mitch? Who do we got here? We got Shy Fruit. Hello. It says data sciencey things. Yeah, nice, awesome. Well, welcome, welcome. Hey, what's up, Flowlight? And OMG Busta, who is also pink. Are you pink for real, or are you... Oh, you are pink for real. My chat today, for some reason, is just pink on pink on pink. Real Bird says, Mitch, I'm still trying to find help with my project. I see. Wait, what did I get clipped for? Chom says, find yourself someone who looks at you the way Anthony looks at peanut butter filled donuts. Brenner J says, RTX voice was the best advice I ever got. Yeah, yo, RTX voice, that shit is amazing. Juicebox Hero says, strip for gift subs, -- Anthony. I haven't even gotten any gift subs today. It's clearly not working, Juice. Cyrone says, don't try to stream in 1080p 60 FPS with 2000 kbps is a tip I have to give a lot of people and basically nobody listens. Yeah, there's no reason to stream programming in 60 FPS. There's essentially no reason. Also, 60 FPS 1080p at 2000 kbps is going to be really, really low quality 60 FPS. But yeah. Michaela says, my bitrate is 6K because I just use the defaults. Whoa. I stream with like 2K at 30 FPS. And this is the depth that I get. But what if you write code really fast, says Ungages? How's it going, Ungages? Welcome back. Good to see you. The bit depth would be trash. Oh yeah, sure. If you're playing a video game, like, you're gonna want higher bitrate than that. But if I'm just, you know, writing code, then you don't need super fast stuff. Funky says, won't OBS warn about settings not making sense? I don't know. It's been so long since I've changed the number. I really don't know. You are uncolored. You have not joined all of the pink names. Okay. Let's write some more tests. Okay, so this is the next part that's tricky. I'm going to mock out this part because it's gonna be slow, and I will do some integration tests at some point, but today we're mostly just focusing on unit tests to make sure this is working correctly. So 60 FPS for Type Racer, yeah. Aditya says, but don't streaming platforms let you choose the quality you wish to view the streaming? Yes, so the upload speed is important though, or like the amount of bits you're sending over the wire is important. So if you're, you know, constraining the amount of bits, then it doesn't matter what quality the user picks. It'll have like low color depth and low quality. And if you send like too many bits, then you'll have more encoding delay because, you know, the backend will have to re-encode your video. And also you will likely drop more frames because you're trying to push more stuff over the wire. But yeah. Hey, what's up? It's Chia. Oh, I just answered your question. Cool. James Wayne says, alright, I'm probably being stupid, but how do you split sumvar equals sumvar2 into two lines, like sumvar equals? Oh, there's two ways. You can do sumvar equals a parenthesized thing, like this. That's an implicit continuation. And then there's the really gross, and I would never recommend it, but you can use backslashes. That also works. Of course, you know, sumvar2 equals 1. So you can use backslashes, or you can use parentheses. I strongly prefer parentheses. There's one case in Python where I think backslash continuation is okay. Only one. And it used to be two, but now it is only one. And that is for controlling the white space at the beginning of triple quoted strings, which is this backslash here. And that will prevent there being an extra new line at the top of this string. So that's what you get if you backslash it. If you don't backslash it, Fubarbas. If you don't backslash it, you get this extra new line at the beginning. I actually did a video about this, I think. Did I do a video about this? Explains backslash. Yes, indeed, I did do a video about it. I knew the dreaded backslash would come up, indeed. Hennestein says, what is he doing? I am working on tests and error cases and timeout cases for my GitHub app startup thing called pre-commit.ci. And if you do bang today, you can read more about it. We're working in Python. Let's see, dev test. Test what? Test. Install. Test main. Install hooks. Success. Copy this again. We gotta actually put some things in asset dir. TGZ1 dot how do we do this? With tar file dot tar file this as TGZ. We want to write, and we need to put things into it. TGZ dot write. I actually don't remember how to use the tar file module. That is not. No, stop. Bye. Oh, this is the crappy one. 3 tar file. Where's the like add a thing to it? Not extract. Add. Here we go. Add name, arc name. How do I add a string? Is there really not an add string? You can do add file with a file object. Yeah, I guess we can do that. Oh, we need a tar info object. Ugh. Why is this module such a pain to work with? I guess what we can do instead is just like write out a directory tree and then tar up the whole thing. Yeah, let's just do that. Join TGZ. Sure dir TGZ input dot join file 1 dot sure and file 2, and then let's see if I can find my CZF call here. CZF. Hey, what's up, Program with Tim? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Hopefully you're doing well. So we went tar-c tgz input. Oh, we already got that there. TGZ input dash owner equals 0:0 CZF, and then asset dir.join tgz1, and then dot. that will recursively make a tar at this location. And we don't use the tar file module because the tar file module is annoying. Also, this more accurately represents how this is going to work. And we also need to assetdir.join in.json.write, json.dumps. What is the name of that thing? Dest keys. TGZ1. With subprocess mock. I wrote a special subprocess mock. This is how you make it just pass through normally. We need to do some special handling for run, which we'll have what? Oh, that's cool. Install hooks call to install hooks success. And we'll be using this mock later to do testing of all of the error cases. Insert main, stir assetdir, stir pcdir. 0, and we should have extracted these files here. pcdir.join pc1/file1 like this, and we should also see file2. Okay, so that's kind of our test that we want to do here. Is it like a scheme? We are always scheming. Yeah, not exactly. You guys says, I thought Anthony was getting loud MS error sounds, but it's my freaking school email giving me this loud bling blong. I see. It's not me then. Oscar says GitHub app startup thing sounds about right. It's pretty close. Jedi says, you can't add directly, but you could use string.io. I could use bytes.io, but not string.io. Misfit Actual, welcome to the stream, says Python is lub. Lub, did you mean loop? Python is lub. I like it. Where are you from? I am in San Mateo, California. And that is where I am right now. Okay, so we need to do from testing.subprocess mock, import subprocess mock. We also need call. And we need original. And we want to do install hooks call equals call. And it's going to be this command. Oops. And standard in equals subprocess.defnull. Standard out equals subprocess.pipe, and standard air equals subprocess.standard out. Install hooks success equals subprocess.completed process. Command equals the first argument install return code equals 0, standard in equals, or standard out equals nothing, and standard error equals none. So this is mocking the input subprocess.call, and this is mocking the output of this. Just to show that this is what would happen here, we can put a breakpoint. That's a lot of work, never mind. I was gonna say, we can put a breakpoint after this and see the actual output here. But I've run this so many times that I know what this is going to do. Ursula says, San Mateo represent, lived there till May last year. Nice, awesome. John High says, 9-hour time difference while I'm off to bed. Well, thanks for stopping by. I'll see you around in the future. Misfit Actual says, best way to learn hooks. Hooks like React hooks, or hooks like Git hooks, or hooks like pirate hooks? Arr! Hey, what's up, Rayman and E.G. Sajad Savar? Thank you for the follow, both of you, and welcome to the stream. React hooks. Someone says, I heard React hooks have been summoned. I think the best way to learn anything in any amount of programming is to just, you know, practice and build projects and, yeah, watch videos, that sort of deal. Hey, what's up, Tinkering Tobias? Hello, hello. And Tycho, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Proner J. Is that on that special website? Anyway. Okay, let's see what this test does. I don't expect it to pass right now just because well, we can actually flagate it first. That'd be good stuff first. Token error. Yeah, we got a typo. I actually need to fix this in Flakegate. It should really point at the syntax error, but it doesn't. Like, this is a much better error, and Flakegate could give you this line number and this error here. Although this error is kind of garbage too. Interesting thing that I've learned is CPython's error messages are kind of garbage, but PyPy usually does a much better job at showing you what's wrong here. Yeah. This is such a better error message than this fucking garbage. Invalid syntax, cool. But parenthesis is never closed and points you exactly at the parenthesis is so good. So good. I can immediately jump to the line and find this other parenthesis, but yeah, you know, quality of error messages is like a big thing for me. Timeout is not defined. 60. If I name sys and JSON and collections. Sys, JSON, and collections. Sys, JSON, and collections. Insert 1 equals 0. Oh, we gotta also mock the environment. Right. With mock.patch.dict, os.environ, pre-commit home, stir pcdir. File not found. Oh, we didn't populate the database. Damn it. That has to be in the input dir as well. The instance dir is expected to contain some. I need a comment for this. We do need to do assetdir.join db.db.ensure, and then we also need to test that it exists in the output. Assert pc dir join db.db.exists. Haha, nice. Press X to JSON. Cool. Okay, so now that we've tested kind of the success case, we can also do some of the error cases as well. Build to this. So we have gone through this case here. We can actually test the output as well. I don't know why I didn't do that. Capsys. Here's the, again, one of the few cases where I'm going to use the backslash to control white space here. Build attempt 1. Success. What do you mean? Oh, I forgot. What? Well, we can use -p2e, which is one of my favorite debugging tools. Out is this. This is expected. Oh, I forgot a bracket. I forgot a bracket. Right here. Cool. Okay, so that's the success case. Let's look at the error case next. Test. And to do that, we're going to make a install hooks error. Should just copy this. Install hooks error, and then the standard output was error building. Error building hooks. I don't know. Something like this. And the return code is going to be non-zero. We need to copy most of this test. Let's make a PyTest fixture for this, because I don't really want to copy and paste all that. Import PyTest. We're going to make a fixture. PyTest. Center. And I like to make all of my fixtures yield fixtures, even if they're not doing any before or after work, just because sometimes, you know, you might come by later and convert them into a yield fixture. And this just saves me some typing later. Make another one. PyTest dot fixture. Actually, I think pcdir is boring. Well, yeah, might as well. Maybe not the best fixture, but pcdir. I can get rid of this. And actually, if I move these up, I think we can maybe. Well, yeah, we can use these fixtures for everything, so let's just move these up. Dir, pcdir. Oh no! You're one character too long! This made an error when wrong value. Incorrect. Oh, that's slightly shorter. Okay. Cool. Still passes there. The Joker Original! Hey, how's it going? Welcome back. I have a request. One day, do you think you could teach how to use Python in a web server? Like code that's only in Python and runs on a web server. I've tried learning, but I have no freaking-ish idea how to. So part of this project actually is a web server. This part is a little Flask app here. can kind of show you like a hello world in Flask. I do plan to do this in a video on YouTube at some point, but I can show you kind of a little getting started here. We're going to start by installing Flask. You would pick whatever, not Flake8, Flask. You would pick whatever web framework you're going to use for writing your Python code, but I'm going to use Flask here. Some people like Django, some people like Bottle, some people like Pyramid, some people like a bunch of other stuff. But I don't know, Flask is easy for me. And to get started with Flask, you import Flask and you make an app, flask.flask with name. And Flask is based around decorators. So let's say we're making a route for the index. The way you do that is by doing app.route, and you make a function which returns either a Flask response or a string. We're going to return a string here, so we're just going to be doing return hello world. And you can use flask.run. I don't really like flask.run myself. I can't remember why. There was some weird bug with it at some point, but I like to be a little bit more specific. More, what is the word? Explicit? I don't know. App. I think you can just do this. Then app.run. And this technically never returns, but MyPy doesn't know about it, so I still do arrow int and return 0 afterwards. But you should be able to run this after that, and it should start your server on localhost. So you control click that bad boy and wait for Firefox to start up and see that we've got a little web server going. And you can, hit this and get hello world. You can also change the code if you want. So if we, put some bangs here, and then run this again, you can see now we have bangs. That's kind of the basics of Flask. But yeah, Oscar says explains type hints. Try explains MyPy. That would be my suggestion on getting started with Python typing. Is the second video that returns there, if I recall correctly. Yeah, second video. It's bad when I've remembered how the bot responds to particular commands. Ugh. Tinkering Tobias says, what's a good strategy to get 100% test coverage? So, at least in Python, when I'm working with test coverage, we can actually show like what coverage I'm missing right here. Coverage run -m pytest tests and coverage. Actually, we want to do our specific test. Tests, builder scripts, build to install, and coverage report include CI builder scripts, build to install hooks. So this will run the tests using the coverage utility, and then it will report directly on this file. And oops. You can see here, it'll print out what statements I'm missing. So I'm missing, I only have 79% coverage on the script. That's because we're working on writing tests for this. Hey, Tinkering Tobias, thank you for the follow. But you can see here, I'm missing a branch from 36 to 58. I'm missing a branch from 48 to 51. And I'm missing all of the code between 51 and 58, which is actually the next tests that I'm about to write here. If we look at that file on those lines, 51 to 58 is the important ones. 51, that's all of these error cases here. And it's also missing a branch from here to here, and it's missing a branch from here to itself, because this loop is never looped. Right now, my test only exercises this code here, and so this is never branched, and these are never run. And we're going to be working on showing what happens when it errors twice in a row, or 3 times in a row, or when it times out. But yes, that is how I deal with coverage, and that's how I approach 100. Usually, so this project is a little bit backwards. Usually I'll write tests more proactively and stick to 100% coverage from the get-go. But this project, I wasn't really sure how I wanted things to work, so I didn't really write many tests until later on. But now I'm more at the point where I'm pretty sure this is how I want this particular thing to work, and so I'm encoding that behavior into tests. So it's like reverse test-driven development. Like I'm describing the behaviors now that I want to keep happening in the future, instead of describing them up front and then writing tests or writing code to adhere to Hey, what's up, Front Expert? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Hopefully you're doing well. Hey, Void Rose. Hello, hello. Oscar says there's some nice beginner tutorials on Flask at Real Python if you want to follow. Indeed, indeed. But yeah, I think I will do an Anthony Explains at some point. Oh, Alexa says Fast API, yeah. Fast API, I've heard it's good too. And Starlet, I've also heard that one's good. I'm a little more old school. Haven't really played too much with async.io, but yeah. Juice has got to go to meetings. Well, thanks for stopping by, Juice. You have a real job. I always forget. Grizzly Watchu says 100% test coverage is usually not worth it. I think there are situations where the code is untestable and therefore uncoverable. I will agree there. But I do think that having more test coverage is better than having less test coverage in almost all cases, unless you are writing garbage tests. And I think the big case where test coverage is not all that useful is unit tests of procedural code. And by procedural code, I mean code that like does one thing, then does another thing, then does another thing, and does another thing. Like asserting that those things happen and in that particular order isn't necessarily a useful test because you're really just copying and pasting the implementation of the test or the implementation of the code into the test. In a way, like the tests that I'm writing today are similar to those, but because they're around error cases, like I want to make sure that these are handled properly. And I have already characterized exactly what return values will come out of this function, so I'm really not, testing the implementation here. I'm faking out the particular call here and then asserting the behavior there. But yeah, I don't know. Oscar Allen says, I like writing tests makes refactoring easier later on. Indeed, indeed. I agree. Woodruff says, hey Anthony, what's the recommended approach to creating virtual environments? Should I put them all in a hidden directory in tilde, or should I put them in the project root? I put them in the project root, for the most part, when I'm working on project-specific virtual environments. So you can see here, I have a VM directory. There are problems with this approach, especially if you work with tools that do file recursion and don't know about Git and such, and so they will recurse into those directories and lint or code format your virtual environment, which you don't want. Or like you'll have your IDE reformat your virtual environment, which you don't want. And so sometimes it might make sense to put them in your home directory. There are tools like, pipex and Poetry, which I believe write your virtual envs into your home directory. But I like to put them just in the directory I'm working on. Pronoun J says, I just got a K-pop stand pop-up from Twitch. What kind of brand deal? No brand deal. I hope I make money from that ad. I didn't run an ad. That was Twitch. That was Twitch. Soul says, gotta go, have fun. Well, thanks for stopping by. Tigger Tobias says, where did the term mocking come from? Sounds a bit like bullying. I don't actually know. Numbers guy says, 4Ls what face? Well, fortunately, I have a video for describing what 4Ls does. So you can check that out. It actually isn't necessary in this case. I could write this the same if I did this. But I think it's easier for my brain, at least, to think about like, oh, if this for loop exits without breaking or returning, run this code here. It basically gives you another control flow option in loops. But yeah. G95 says Twitch seems to try and defeat the adblock community and fails big time. WF Cunning says I believe it comes from mockup. That's an interesting idea. Okay. But yes, let's test the failure and timeout conditions. Test main, install hooks, failure, and timeout. And I'm just going to test both of them at the same time because it's, we're looping here, so I can test both of these conditions similarly. install hooks error, and then we'll also have one for install hooks timeout. Okay, what did I just do? Oh, I pasted it. Okay, cool. So, the thing with install hooks timeout is there's actually two timeouts that we want here. 124, and we'll also make one for 137. So this is the sig int. I guess we can call this one int and this one term or kill. So this will be 124, this will be 137, and the timeout cases actually have either no standard out or indeterminate standard out. And we're actually going to ignore it, so we can put ignored here. Because that does not end up in the output. Okay, and then we can go down here, and we will copy this. And we actually have three different calls here in this case for our retries. We have install hooks error, and then install hooks timeout, int, and then kill. And the way my mocking is set up is these will be, as it gets called in order, it will return error first, then timeout int second, and then timeout kill the third time it calls. So each time this runs through this loop, we get three different outputs here. And this should return 1. Expected should be build attempt 1. And this should be the first time, it should be error, and then we should produce whatever the error output was, which is this up here. But indented. You can see we do this text wrap indent here. Oh, we don't need to put \n in here. And then the second attempt, build attempt 2, timeout, and then attempt 3 is also a timeout. Invalid syntax. Man, love this this error message here. We are gonna do the same trick as last time and have PyPy tell me what is wrong here. Oh, PyPy didn't give me. Oh, I spelled the cert wrong. Well, I see. Oh, we actually put the amount of time here. This one is actually after 65 seconds, so it's not exactly right, but it's not exactly wrong, I guess. Hey, what's up, Rendiamande? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Oh, you guys caught me typing asset instead of a server. Thank you for that. I just missed it. Mubby. Chump says, hey Anthony, how are you doing? Actually, I have a video on that. That would be pretty funny. Chromosendra says mock objects are not the real object, like a mockingbird. I see. Oh, where is this question that I totally missed? Oh, Trins SY says, hey Anthony, how can I run PyTest and see exactly what is being imported and in what order? My project is massive and I'm not entirely sure. I need to instantiate some global as early as possible. So there is this cool new thing in Python 3.7 that is -x import time. So you can do Python -x import time, and it's going to print a whole bunch of output. But if we do Python-n pytest test/builder scripts, we're just gonna do this. It's gonna spew a lot to the screen. We'll look back at the screen once it's done. Go such file or directory. Oh, duh. Okay, here we go. So we can see here, actually PyTest gobbled a lot of it too. So we actually need to do PyTest-s to show us our full set of imports and outputs here. But if we start up here, import time will show us the order in all of the imports that happen. It's in a little bit of weird order. I don't actually like this ordering because it shows stuff after it happens instead of as it happens. Like for instance here, IO triggers an import of ABC, triggers an import of underscore ABC. But that's hard to see from this. And this is where interpreter startup ends. So everything above this just always happens as part of interpreter startup. But then you can kind of see, like, you know, runpy triggered an import of PyTest, which this is the import of PyTest here, all of this stuff here. And so as soon as this is done, the import of PyTest has completed. And then these are all the modules that get imported as part of PyTest's execution. So it also imports PDB and fault handler. And then when the session starts, this is what PyTest imports in order to run my tests. So you can see it imported pre-commit.ci builder scripts here. And a whole bunch of other modules as well. And this is the module under test. And this is the actual... Wait, why did this get imported? Oh, because it collected all of the tests. I see, I see. But anyway, you can kind of follow the imports from there. As well as the printed output, I guess, which is kind of interesting. But yeah, X import time is useful for that. I actually wrote a tool that makes this a little bit easier to track. Import time waterfall. Just posted the link in chat. But this is mostly a profiling tool and not so much a like debugging tool. But you can kind of see, you know, get a better view of when those modules happen. The times here are garbage, but that's because the HAR format does not have microsecond resolution. But anyway, hopefully that helps. But import time is pretty cool. Pretty cool. Numbers guy says, Bang explains fixture. I do plan to do a video on PyTest fixtures at some point. It's in my to-do list, but I have not done it yet. Explains invalid search syntax. Yeah, it uses the full text search. So it's probably mad about the question mark. There's a bunch of characters that it's mad about. I just don't know which ones are which. But yeah, hopefully that's helpful. But it's a cool, neat little feature of Python 3.7. So we're 2 hours in. I haven't dropped any frames today, so I'm feeling good. Although maybe I shouldn't anger the frames god just yet. Frames gods just yet. Okay, cool. But I wanted to do coverage on this now, and you can see that we got one file skip due to complete coverage. And there's this new feature in coverage, which this guy added. No skip covered. So if you really want to see the covered things, you can pass that and it'll tell you that you got 100% coverage here. But I actually have a setting that disables this by default. So I normally run with skip covered, and this is set by a coverage plugin that I created called Cov Defaults, which, in my opinion, sets up reasonable defaults for coverage. So the one in question is the skip covered option. But anyway, that's what that's about. And now I want to actually demo this failing, because we didn't actually do that. Hooks. It looks like I already wrote the code to make it a failure. So let's actually make a pull request where installation will fail. Restart the web app here and restart the queue worker. We're gonna go out to GitHub and make a new pull request where I'm going to intentionally break the installation. And the easiest way to do that I know of is to dependencies This dependency does not exist. Jay's Tilly. I'm gonna pick a unique name that definitely does not exist. Demo error case of build failure. Make a pull request for that. And create. And we'll see what happens here. So we should get build and then it should say errored afterwards. But it's gonna do 3 retries of that. And this should turn red. And it's kind of slow. Yeah, errored. Cool. So that's good. And this changed to errored. Let's see what the output looks like. Build attempt 1, error. Could not find a version that satisfies this. Dope. Dope. That's pretty cool. I should probably produce this log, maybe? But I think I can just leave that out for now. But cool. That looks good. Not so bad. Not so bad. You can scroll over here. Do I want this to be scrolly? I kind of want it to wrap and not scroll. Front-end stuff. We'll leave front-endy stuff for later. But yeah, that's pretty cool. Implement and test error / timeout cases for build. So if we look at our to-do list, that means we can cross off build errors, we can cross off retries on building, and we can cross off timeouts on build. We still need to do run, we still need to do size limits. And these are kind of the things that I need to get done in order to ship the alpha. So we're very, very close today. There's one that says, how long will the to-do list get? We're gonna convert it to GitHub issues at some point, but it is pretty long right now. There's 2 to-do lists actually. This is the Widio to-do list, which is pretty long. But I guess we can see how long it is. 80 things deep right now. Although some of these I don't think I'm gonna do. Like, this is one that I said I was gonna do a long time ago, but I really don't know the answer to this one, so I'm probably just gonna not do this video. But there's a lot of them that I should do at some point. Like, this one is gonna be hilarious when I eventually do this. Oh, you can't see it because it's off screen. This one. I want to see how to make any keyboard more ergonomic. You just break a cheapo Logitech keyboard over your knee and start typing on the Kinesis. That would be pretty funny. Yoda Joint says, "Oh, nice, 120 viewers today." Well, now it's 106, but yeah, we have quite a few people today. We got a couple raids earlier from Mitch and Rockstar. Elsground says, "By the way, I have to ask you as a PyTest maintainer, have you looked at / have any opinions on Ward? Recently found out about it. I like that it is less stringly typed than PyTest, but I don't know if it has enough support to use yet. I'm not familiar with Ward. Ward testing Python." Hey, what's up, the Devil Kid? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Yes, I have seen Ward. Now, I've actually talked about Ward on stream. Interesting that you say it's less stringly typed, but everything is strings in Word. Why is this a screenshot and not highlightable code? Oh, it is highlightable code. The highlight is just really shitty. Who would do highlights? It's not accessible at all. Honestly, I think most of Word could have been a pull request to PyTest. Like this could easily have just been a PyTest plugin. And this is not different than PyTest, basically. I do like this is a little bit more explicit. I really don't like PyTest's fixtures, personally. This is a little too magical for me though. Also, I don't really like defining the same function as an underscore over and over and over. And in fact, I'm pretty sure Flake 8 will grumble about this, so I'm not sure why they do that. But I don't know. It seems fine. There's just some things about it that don't seem good to me, like this. I don't really like that. And this, I don't really like that. But I don't know. It's probably fine. Wait a minute. Zero config, and then pyproject.toml. Zero config. You can configure ward. One of those things is not like the other. Hey, what's up, Black Yakuza? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Bunja Jovial, good to see you again. Hello, hello. Instead of matching fixtures with names, it uses more regular Python. I mean, yes and no. Default arguments on functions is still like it's still gonna do a magical thing, which is call that function based on the function signature. So it's not different, and it's not different in the like the weird magical signature parsing shenanigans. Like that part is still there. It's just it doesn't match it by name. It matches it by value. So it's slightly more explicit, but still magical. I don't know. I think I would prefer Ward's style there than PyTest's, but I still recognize that it's not explicit. Like it's not normal function calls, essentially. Hey, what's up? I got smart. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Or is that like I got smart? I see. Hey, what's up, Aventrio? Welcome back. Good to see you. What was I doing? We need to implement this thing. I also need to implement this thing. This one's easy. This one's easy. But I'm gonna go fill up my water before we do that. So I will be right back. I will see you guys in a sec. Hello, I'm back. Sorry, I took so long. I had to fill up my water filter. Also, my flip-flop broke. I'm gonna have to re-glue. I've done this before already, so it's not new. But the little like foot part fell off, so I'm gonna have to re-glue it on. But anyway, that's why it took so long. But now I'm back. Hello, hello. But anyway. Cheat 95 has set the MOTD to jump around, jump up, and get down. Jump, 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 jump. Indeed. Welcome. Oh, wait, you set the MOTD. Nice, 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 nice. She says, oh god, these flip-flops. Look, I love these flip-flops so much. Please don't judge me for them. I've had them for like 20 years. They're kind of falling apart. But I don't know. I don't know. Okay, timeout and run. Let's implement that portion. Should be pretty easy. Pre-commit.ci builder run. Should be right here. Okay, so wait, do I not use timeout for Podman for anything yet? That's as PC runner. That's the same one we were just looking at. This one is yeah, these ones are both in process. And this is test code. Oh, there was one. Tests. This one. Oh wait, this is a test also. It's just cut off because my text editor is confusing. But anyway. Mr. Extremely says, so you aliased Nano to Babby. Indeed, indeed. Also, the bot got me. That's so funny. GNU plus Nano slash herd. Yeah. Yes, I have aliased Nano to Babby. Oh, my friend that I have not seen on Steam in years is online. Weird. Huh. Interesting. Drew says more meetings! More meetings! Okay. Alright. Okay, so the problem with this is I want to stick a timeout command in the middle of this for that one call. But we use podman run in other places as well. So I think what I'm gonna do is remove this here and put as PC runner in there. As PC runner, podman run. As PC runner, podman run. This looks like Perl. As PC runner, podman run. Okay, so that should make that a little bit easier to do things with. I think. So let's make sure that things still work. Should still work. Actually, tested building still works. Local local store. Blow away the database, make sure that this still succeeds. So I should do a build from scratch here. What are you doing, computer? Oh, the build now happens in the background, so we don't see any of the output here. That's actually fine. Mr. Extremely says, did you think about Ergodox before trying this keyboard? I'm going to be completely honest with you. I did not think about Ergodox before trying this keyboard. This keyboard was sent to me by Kinesis as like a free sponsorship kind of show this keyboard on stream sort of dealio. And they have definitely gotten their money's worth out of it because a bunch of people have bought this keyboard and been like, I bought this keyboard because of you. But no, I have not tried any other fancy split keyboards. This is my first split keyboard. I do like it. It works well. But yes, it was sponsored. Which is kind of cool. But yeah. Okay, this is working. But we want to add timeout into the run. Into the run output. So what we can do here is we can inject a timeout call in the middle of this. Timeout. I don't know what a reasonable timeout is here, so I'm gonna give people, I don't know, let me pick the biggest repo that I know that uses pre-commit and see how long it takes to run. Pre-commit, no. Yelp/pasta. And install hooks. They happen to be using some old ass versions of pre-commit hooks. It's interesting. They have for some reason pinned to an old version of this. I'm not gonna ask why. It's almost certainly a mistake on their part, but for some reason they have pinned to an old version here. I'm just gonna not question it at all. Oh, they're using this garbage. Interesting. I mean, it's Yelp, so it doesn't surprise me that they're using Yelp garbage. But time. Actually, how do I convince pre-commit to only use one process? Because that's going to be similar to how pre-commit.ci is going to run. Pre-commit languages helpers. There's some environment variable where I can turn it off. Pre-commit no concurrency. Pre-commit no concurrency equals 1. Pre-commit run additional files. This will simulate kind of how I should put time in front. It's actually pretty fast though. And interestingly, interestingly, their code is not sorted properly. Hey, what's up, James Nyamu? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. This is probably data classes, if I had to guess. And they run in a particular version of Python and don't particularly care about it. Or their master's just broken. That's another possibility. Oh, they're on a really old version of PyUpgrade, so PyUpgrade's kind of slow. The latest version's much faster. But I should have put time in front of this now that now that we're this far into it. But we can still write out more of this. Kill after equals 5. Signal equals int. And then, I don't know, we're probably gonna have like 3 minutes of timeout here, would be my guess. It's taking so long. Yikes. We're exactly 666 lines. The script is cursed! Cursed, I tell you! black's taking a while too. Oh, I really regret not putting time in front of this now. I guess I can Control C it and just do it again. But anyway. It just says it's gonna ask for your soul in exchange for no bugs. There's definitely gonna be bugs in this script. Like, pretty guaranteed that there's gonna be bugs here, but we'll incrementally improve over time and, you know, fix those features and bugs and get things to a better place. I'm actually curious what it changed here. Yeah, it was data classes. I was 100% correct. 100% correct. Mr. Extremely says, what does black actually do? I heard it earlier, but I'm pretty new to Python. It is a code formatter. It picks a very particular style that I don't really necessarily like. But it's a code formatter. Similar to AutoPip8 or YAPF or add trailing comma, which is a code formatter that I wrote. Yeah, not if you trade your soul for it. I guess that's true. Mr. H says, just took a nap and now I'm more tired. I know that feel. Sometimes naps like really take it out of me. This is actually extremely slow. Actually, how many processes do I have? Maybe I have 2 processors. I need to log in AWS, so I need to get my AWS credentials. Which means I need to copy this. And I need to do this. I need to grab the password. And then I need to find my phone. That is 2-factor. Oh, it's right here. Cool. Okay, mumbled that not something I like when referring to black. Yeah, I don't agree with the way it formats code. Pre-commit.ci dev 76683. That feels like a code that I've typed in before. For some reason. These two. Okay, minute and a half. Okay, so 3 minutes is probably double this giant repo. I think it's probably a pretty reasonable cutoff. Let me see how many processors this has. Oh, I could have just done T2 micro and looked at what it is. T2.micro is 1 vCPU. Okay. But I think at some point I'm going to switch to T3As. T3As? Not mediums. Try T3A. I think at some point I'm going to switch to T3A dot micros, because they're cheaper than T2 micros. And those will have 2 vCPUs. I could also switch to T3A dot smalls. These are AMD instances, so they're way cheaper. Digit says, I saw a future fstrings repo out in your GitHub. Is it something you plan to support long term? If so, I'd like to use it for some Python 2 code. So it's feature complete. I don't think there's anything that needs to get added to it. Yeah, it's done. There's just not really anything else to do with it. Because Python 2 isn't changing, and this thing already works. And it implements the full spec, so... But yeah, I can demo it really quickly. And hello thing equals world. So you have an f string in Python 3.6+. You can format that like this, but Python 2 out of the box does not support f strings. But with a special coding comment, coding future f strings. And there's a video on my YouTube about this special little comment. Plus pip install future f strings, and suddenly Python 2 supports f strings. It's a little bit magical. The way it works behind the scenes is it does a syntax rewrite from f strings to dot format at import time. Actually, technically at parse time, but yeah, it's pretty cool. Digi says, in case there are any changes made to f strings in Python 3, you'd add those fixes here too. So there's already a feature that was added to f strings in 3.8 that I have not backported, mostly because there isn't a good way to backport it to things older than 3.8 in a way that works, you know, the same idea. Also, the feature is a debug-only feature. So the debug-only feature is, let's actually remove this right now, is you can put an equals at the end of this, and that will preserve the expression in the output and show you the repr instead. I don't know, it did repr by default. Kind of surprising, actually. But this is a debug only feature, so I don't, you know, it's not useful to backport it, so I didn't bother backporting it. Also, it's really hard to backport it because they rewrote some of how the syntax parsing tree works for f strings, and I mimicked the first structure, and I'm not interested in porting 1,000 lines of C to Python again, which is what I did the first time. Especially for essentially a meme package, but yeah, you can expect like the base, you know, the Python 3.6 and 3.7 version of f strings to continue to work. But yeah, hey, what's up, MJB and Mehul? Thank you both for the follow. Welcome to the stream. G95 says, isn't cloud services like Amazon, Google, and Azure very expensive? I've heard horror stories of people having a single application gone crazy and that blowed their invoice to maximum. I mean, they can be expensive if you don't limit your resources properly. But I'm pretty sure I can, you know, I've actually set up the way it's set up right now is I'm only using a fixed set of resources, so I can't pay more than $1 per month based on the current setup. But I will be doing, you know, auto scaling at some point, so there is like some concern that it could spiral out of control. But I don't know. I think most of the horror stories are where people get compromised and people, you know, like someone spins up 1,000 GPU instances and costs $1 bajillion, or you know, you have some intern that somehow has access to do that and spends $1 million of your budget on a GPU instance. Definitely hasn't happened at companies that I've worked at. 100% isn't a thing that is real. Definitely didn't happen. Hey, what's up, Peter Craig Rock? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Oscar says stop backporting stuff to Python 2, so we might eventually get everyone on Python 3. Yeah, I've stopped supporting Python 2 myself, so I will not be writing any new Python 2 code. Fixie Jake says, with AWS, if something screws up and you get a big charge, they will normally just refund the invoice. Yeah, they are pretty nice about that. Alexa says TensorFlow goes brrr. Indeed. Like I accidentally left something running for the entire month. Charge was only like $50 and they refunded it. Oh, that's pretty good. Stiggs was taken says it depends, but there are a lot of things you could do to optimize an app for the cloud that cut down on costs. Yeah. So the way that I've seen it done, and I've worked at companies that are both, you know, classic data center driven and AWS, and I've even worked at a company that moved from a classic data center driven development to AWS. And generally, you can run cheaper if you are managing your own data center. However, there's an absurd amount of convenience from working in the cloud. Particularly, you don't have to, like, you don't have to manage physical machines, which is actually a pain in the ass. And machines die really often. And, you know, like, oh, well, Jimmy has to drive down to the data center to put another drive into computer 3 because that one's fucking dead. Like, no part of that is fun. And you know, running a data center in an expensive location is also inconvenient as well. But if you tune your data centers properly and you have hardware that's specifically built for your machines, like you can usually have a cheaper overhead cost there. But most of the time it's not worth it because you have to do a bunch of other, you know, uninteresting technical work to run a data center. But yeah, like you have to employ people to change drives and stuff, and that's never always that great. Hey, what's up, Lemon Sauce? Hello, hello. Good to see you again. And Shaz is back. Are you winning? I mean, kind of winning. Oh god, I don't want to know what this thing does. But I think 180 is fine here. I kind of like that this still runs in the terminal here. And there's still like outputs, so I'm not going to change this to use the press to start run. Oh, I should have used this. Is this the errors parameter? I don't know. Python 3-m pydog bytes.decode. Encoding errors. Oh, so this is errors equals backslash escape. So I can write this as this errors equals. I now have an errors equals replaced somewhere. Oh, we're in the wrong repo. We have ignore and replace. I think we're going to use backslash escape in all of those cases. Errors equals backslash escape. And oh, it's backslash replace. No, it's backslash. God damn it. Which one is it? Backslash escape. Decode UTF-8 or decode errors equals backslash escape. It's backslash replace. God damn it. Replace. Wait, what? Oh. Right. I haven't implemented the fancy thing yet. Cool. Hey, what's up? Mr. Extremely, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Stig says we have a sysadmin that swaps out drives on our stand like 1 or 2 times a week. 100,000 per year employee, not cheap. Damn. She says, okay, didn't know they're so friendly to refund you if something goes wrong. I only have experience with VPS or root machines. I see. Makes sense. Hey, what's up, Mikhail Hadler? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Hopefully you're doing well. Benja Jovial says, I work at a company that only regarding Kubernetes has 2,500 nodes on AWS, running like 30,000 pods. Imagining having to do that in an on-prem data center gives me nightmares. And I'm not even considering the use of all the other AWS services like RDS, S3, Dynamo, Lambda, etc. I see.
Sneaking in between work meetings, AWC, hello.
Yo, what's up, Jay Fills? Thank you for resubscribing 2 months in a row. Really appreciate it. If you guys don't know Jay Fills, Jason also streams on Twitch, so you guys should check out Jay Fills. But thank you for resubscribing. It's always good to see you. How are you doing today? G95 says, is stream lagging or is just Twitch node dying that I'm currently on? Well, I'm usually behind on chat, so if it's that, then it might just be me behind on chat. But I have not dropped any frames today, so I am, you know, in theory, uploading quality content. So it's probably Twitch's side, if I had to guess. Builder, right. So we've added our timeout here. We can check the return code here. If process.wait, is that the return code? subprocess.p open -c exit 5 proc.wait. Oh, damn it. Proc.wait. Yes, that is the return code. If proc.wait is in 124.137, output.write timeout after timeout seconds. Give it 180 seconds here. It's Jay Phil says, doing good, man. Settling in at the new gig. How's pre-commit coming on? We're getting very, very close to being able to launch the alpha version. I'm like, my to-do list, my pre-launch to-do list is basically these two things. And we're almost done with this one, and this one is pretty easy. I guess I also need to do queue timing and make the repo page links to guns less garbage. I kind of need to do those other two things too, because they look like garbage right now. And this can cause runaway work currently based on hunting timeouts. But we're very close. We're very, very close. Gil says, you built your little scripty script to mark where you were in chat. If you have timestamps enabled, then theoretically you could display how far behind you are in chat. Yeah, usually what I do with that is I do have timestamps enabled. I just subtract. I look at the actual time and just do some little mental math there. But yes, I do know how far behind I am. G says, can't believe that Twitch is having so many problems with the last days. It's like when Rona started and the Twitch service were dying like poison bugs. Yeah, it was a little sketchy right after, right when the peak of Rona. I guess technically, I mean, it's basically the peak of Rona right now, right? Let's see, cases per day, grab coronavirus US. That's an ad. Google's gotten way sneakier about ads. Like, this looks almost the same as an actual result. Let me see, that seems reasonable. Huh. This is a statistical anomaly, but you can see, like, you know, the numbers now aren't all that different from, like, I mean, yeah, it peaked a little bit more in April here, but like we're still at similar numbers from May and October. Interesting, it's gotten worse in California. Though this is probably mostly rural California because urban California has been, wow, Connecticut has done spectacular. I guess, yeah, even with the scale. Washington has done well. It's interesting to see like the different states and how they're doing. But I saw an interesting graph where it was like number of deaths over time, and like the southern states are not doing well. But yeah. Yon says, "Hi, nice projects. Keep up the great work." Well, thanks for stopping by. It's good to see you, and I'm glad you think my projects are good. It's always the peak of COVID. That's the beauty of it. Yeah. Yep. It's oscillating pretty badly. Yeah, from what I've read, a lot of the oscillations in the data are due to hospitals reporting data on Mondays and not reporting data on weekends, and so you get a spike every Monday. And that's why it looks sinusoidal when it's actually not so much that. Okay, but we added the timeout. Let's set the timeout to some small value and see what it looks like when we actually run. Let's set run timeout to 5 seconds and restart this, and we'll create a hook that does a timeout. Repo local hooks ID ZZZ name ZZZ entry is sleep 10 language system as file names false, always run true. This will be a little sleepy hook here. Demo timeout case. Sinusoidal is such a pleasant word. Yeah, I really like that word. But sinusitis definitely is not. Actually, that word sounds cool too. Like, why did the bill there? That's not what I expected. That's not what I expected at all. My gamble is broken. Line 9, column 2. ID name, entry. Is this indented wrong? Yeah, this is indented wrong. There's not supposed to be a space here. And these are all off by 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Fucking hate YAML. I need a goddamn ruler. XYAML. Commit directly to patch 6. Yes. The dash in line 9, yeah. Figured it out. We got there. That should run again. But hey, I was able to figure it out based on the pre-commit error message, which is kind of nice. Okay, so it's doing the build now. It shouldn't have needed to build. Oh, it did need to build because I blew away the build. Yeah, that makes sense. And it runs, and it's now running this last command, but it's being really sleepy about it. Oh, and then it fails to write the log, which is interesting. Interesting. So it actually shows more information about how this works than I wouldn't necessarily want to. But we do see down here timeout after 5 seconds, which is what we expect to see. Okay, seems fine. This seems fine. Yeah. Oh boy. Yeah. But yeah, anyway, the pre-commit directory is read-only, so when it goes to try and write the log file here, it errors, and I changed pre-commit so that when it can't write the log file, it just prints it instead, so you get the full error information here, which I think is actually pretty useful for debugging purposes. And there's still a bug in this version of pre-commit where there's an extra new line at the end. There shouldn't be a new line here, but I think I fixed that on master. Let's see. So if I control C here, and then we look at this log, yeah, I fixed that already. Interesting that there's trailing white space though. That's kind of annoying. This one I don't control. This one I do. But anyway, that's that. Hey, what's up, Neckler? Hello, hello. Good to see you. Yeah. Timeouts on run. Dunzo. Let's not have that be 5 seconds. Let's make that be 180 seconds again. If I change this to not be sigint, we might get a better error message there. And we actually don't care about cleanup in this case. It's all in the container. But all the other ones I use int for. The thing is, and this is an interesting thing that I had not learned before, before playing with containers. The default termination signal for most software is sigterm, and try time.sleep 1000, and then let's say we have a finally block where you want to do some sort of cleanup code. Finally, cleanup code here. So normally, if you were to run this and you do Control-C, which sends sigint, you'll see that our cleanup code did run on sigint, which is what triggers the keyboard interrupt. And that's because normal exception bubbling happens there. But if we do kill-term, if we send sigterm to this process, it will terminate the process and it doesn't run our cleanup at all. So even though term is supposed to be a graceful termination, most software just doesn't handle term at all. So cleanup doesn't happen there. And the default signal for timeout is term. But since it's in a container, I think it's probably fine to not use int there. So let's do this with term instead. The other ones I pick int because I want the cleanup to run. This one I don't care. Because there's no network, there's no resources. It's literally just a container that will die. So Ornog Live says you have 2 keyboards. Sorry to tell you, bye. I can't watch streamers with 2 keyboards. I didn't know that was something that people would be concerned about. Oh my god, he has 2 keyboards, can't watch this fool. Bye, peace. Single use turn is the default, so you can get rid of it. Oh, this is not the right one. one. This is the right one. So let's set run timeout to a smaller value. 5 again, and then we'll re-trigger that. We'll re-trigger the sleepy one. Up here. This one. So I can re-trigger by just doing close and reopen. I do need to fix that at some point as well. Like close and reopen should re-trigger it if it's failed, but not in anything else. So we had our sleep there. And what? What? Error forwarding signal 15 to container. That was weird. Does that show up in the output here? Somehow I feel like this is worse. This is worse than what we had before. Weird cryo spam. Drew says, I can't tell if they think the Kinesis is 2 keyboards or if they are correctly seeing the mini keyboard as its own keyboard. Yeah, because there is actually 2 keyboards. I mean, 3 if you think the Kinesis is 2 keyboards. And never mind, we're gonna use Sigint because I'd rather not have cryo bugs here. But I should probably report that to cryo. Or not cryo. Podman. Run a timeout. Hey, what's up, Cheat95? Thank you for following. Wait, you haven't been following this whole time, Cheat95? Signal equals int. Okay, let's actually reproduce that error. So timeout 5, podman run rmti ubuntu. Actually, render image latest. Actually, do I have a render image hanging out here? Yeah, I do. Podman run rmti sleep 2. We'll do timeout 2 sleep 5. That one worked fine. What is signal 15? That's term, right? 15 is term. What? It only triggers if it's Python? Oh? Oh, it's flaky. That is wild. Let's see if we can get it to reproduce with I don't think we need this. With Ubuntu Focal Sleep. And one thing that you can do to run a bunch of these, oh, this doesn't have a proper init system, so We need to make a proper init system. Actually, I think we can run podman run dash init. Nope. Because this will exit in 5 seconds instead of 2. Oh wait, no, that works. Timeout 1. Okay, so we're gonna run a bunch of copies of this. We don't need TI. Yes, head dash 100 xargs dash p 5 replace. So we'll give it 10 processes each. Verbose. So this will show us all of these running at once. Oh boy. Can I forward signal 18? What is signal 18? What a mess that is. I don't expect signal 18. Let's do head dash 10, so we only run 10 of these at once. Yeah, why is the signal 18 now? What is signal 18? Man, kill dash L. 18 is sig cont. The signal continue. That's like the T2Y signals. Go on dash I here. Is that gonna make that? I wanted to show the airplane. I wanted to show the 15 error, not the 18 error. This is weird. Happens if we do 5 and 5 instead of. Container state improper. This is weird. This is different than the error that I was seeing before. Maybe I've broken the podman runtime. No, that seems fine. What the heck? So that works sometimes, but is failing in parallel. Anyway, I think this is maybe enough to reproduce it. G95 says, now just watching, you've been recommended to me by the start page recommendations, but now I have to go, and your content is actually not that bad. nice neg there, Cheat95. Your console's going crazy, you must be a hacker. No, I'm just trying to get things working. Or figuring out what the bug is. Hey, what's up, live coding? Hello, hello. Well, true, do done. Yeah, I like the xargs way better. I like this a little bit better. Oh, but maybe that's why we're getting signal 18 instead. Could be it. We could put a bunch of these in here. Those are all 18 though as well. Weird. That is weird. Did we get the failure with Ubuntu Focal sleep 5. Can we get it with this? Oh. We expect it to fail because it's timing out. It's very weird though. Yeah, I could do the loops. I just don't like loops in Bash. Two words says fuck Bash. Oh, this one's sleeping for longer. Oh, the container startup must have been... Actually, I have no fucking idea what's going on. Because it's been way longer than 5 seconds, right? What is you doing, Podman? Huh. I don't know what happened here. Something is stuck. That's all I know. Ah, fuck, I don't know. Whatever. Oh, I can't kill it either. Oh, I really can't kill it. Yeah, so... Interesting. This process is around but not doing anything. It is not... It's killed all these things. Let's see what happens if we do that. Nope. How about 99? Do you respond to term? Not p-kill, I want just kill. Nope. How about you? Kill dash 9, kill dash 9. Oh, I think my Podman is just broken. I think my machine's broken. Kill dash 9. Goodbye. And Podman is still running. Is Timeout still running? No. What are you? Oh, you're System D. You're Nginx. Maybe this is fine. Dream Master says it's Schrodinger's Podman. It only doesn't do anything if you are looking. Production ready, says Tubram. Yeah. This is shattering my confidence a little bit. But I'm gonna go home, you're drunk. Yeah, I don't know what to think about that. But anyway, what state are we at now? Have I switched it back to int? Because I was going to switch it back to int. Have we set this back to 180? Yeah. Hit diff. Interesting though. This can just be garbage and it doesn't matter until there's an error. I mean, it makes sense from a performance perspective. It's just a little bit surprising to me. But wevs. Implement timeout for run. And let's see, it's been 3.5 hours of stream. I think we're gonna end for today because I still have to do my daily exercise and I am hungry and we got some good stuff done today. So we're gonna end the stream here. Let me do my little spiel and then we'll find somebody to raid. But my name is Anthony. I upload my previous content to YouTube. And that's youtube.com/AnthonyWritesCode, where I have educational videos like these ones here. I also upload previous streams. So if you've missed streams, you can check them out there. I forgot to upload last week's streams. I'll do that after stream today. I stream on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday at noon Pacific, and I announce my streams in 2 places. One of them is on Twitter. So you can follow me there. It's twitter.com/codewithanthony. This is different than my YouTube and Twitch handle. I also announce them on the Discord, and those links are all in the chat. You guys are free to join the Discord if you would like. But yeah, I think that's all we've got for today. But thank you all for stopping by, and let's go find someone to raid.